What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we're going to be talking about a new pick that is rising in popularity, especially over in Korea, but pretty much all across the world, and especially in professional play. We're going to be doing a little guide and breakdown for Lulu Mid lane. Before we get in this one, I just wanted to ask real quick if you guys are not already subscribed. If you can click that subscribe button really quick, it helps me out a ton, and it helps you guys stay up to date on all of my content, so it works out for both of us. Also, if you're interested in the stock market at all, I have a link for Robinhood in the description below where you can get a free stock just for signing up. With that being said, let's get right into this one today, which is again a guide and breakdown for Lulu Mid. So I was watching LCS Academy today. It just kicked off. Today is Thursday, June 11th. This is the first day for LCS Academy. And so far there's been 3 games, and in 2 of the 3 games there has been a Lulu Mid. This is a pick that I didn't really know was coming back in popularity, so I started doing a little research, and turns out it has like a 54% win rate in solo queue. And when you take Unsealed Spellbook, like they're doing a lot of the time in Korea, it has close to a 60% win rate in solo queue. Now that 60% win rate is with a pretty small sample size, but Lulu Mid can actually be a pretty strong pick, and there's a couple reasons why. First of all, I want to talk about the rune page that they're going. There is a bunch of different rune pages. You can go Airy, you can go Phase Rush, but we're going to be talking about Unsealed Spellbook because, again, it's the highest win percentage right now, and probably the one that's the best. It's going to help you scale. It's going to make you the most useful in most scenarios. Very not reliant on lane matchup or anything. So again, this is Unsealed Spellbook with Magical Footwear, Biscuit Delivery, and Cosmic Insight, and then Sorcery Secondary with Nimbus Cloak and Transcendence. I think this is a great scaling page. Unsealed Spellbook's always going to be really good for scaling, staying safe, getting all those different summoners. Magical Footwear, always going to be great for scaling. Same thing with Biscuit Delivery, and Cosmic Insight is great as well as the game goes on. Transcendence going to be really good too, and then Nimbus Cloak just to keep you a little extra healthy, safe, able to move around, kite, stuff like that. As far as we can talk about skill order real quick, you're going to start with the point E, then Q, then W, then max Q, then max W, then max E. And the build is another really good thing about Lulu Mid. The typical build is going to be, you can go for either Doran's Ring or Corrupting. I think most often people are going Corrupting, and then they're building into an Athene's Unholy Grail, and then Ardent Censer with Lucidity Boots in there wherever you want. And then after that, the builds do get pretty wild. You can go for something like a Zanya's, you can go Redemption, you can go Rabadon's Death Cap, you can go for a Magi's. You have a lot of different options. Lulu is very flexible. If you're getting some kills, you can maybe go for a little bit more damage. If you have a hyper carry on your team that you want to buff up, you can go a little more support. If you just want to provide utility, you can go normal AP items. If you're getting dove, you have a ton of different options, and Lulu's really going to be good with all of them, which I think makes her good into a lot of different mid laners, into a lot of different team comps, and with a lot of different team comps as well. I think part of the reason why Lulu Mid is becoming so popular and so much better right now is the fact that especially in the LCS games, I've seen her with carry junglers. She has been mid lane for a Graves and a Kindred. She works really well with the marksman junglers. But in solo queue, if you just even have a scaling marksman, she's usually going to be pretty good. You are able to sit back, play really safe. You're usually going to be down a little bit of CS. You're not going to be a huge damage threat for your team, but you can be an amazing support. Again, if your team has a carry jungler, if you have a scaling AD carry, you can just provide a ton of usefulness. You're not going to be the mid laner that's roaming down at level 6 and getting a triple kill and winning the game bottom, winning the game at 10 minutes or anything like that. But as long as you're able to contain the other mid laner and prevent them from doing stuff like that, you give your team an excellent shot at winning the game, especially as the game goes on and continues to be longer. She's pretty easy to pull off. A ton of shields, attack speed, a ton of buffs for your team. Polymorph is one of the best, most annoying abilities in the game, especially in lower elos where the other team doesn't really factor it in. If you polymorph someone, you can absolutely shut them down, especially like in this Echo matchup here. If you can polymorph him before he can ult, that's going to be so good. Your ultimate ability, whether used on yourself or on a carry, is always going to be so good and useful. Even if you lose lane and are super far behind as Lulu, you can be useful. And if you do get ahead or somebody on your team gets ahead, you can be a huge carry for them. And yeah, just as the game goes on, you're just naturally going to get stronger. You're going to get better. And yeah, when you have those carry junglers, yeah, if you have a Graves, if you have a Kindred, if you have something like that, there's even some other carry junglers you'd work great with. Then also, if your AD carry is Kog'Maw, Twitch, Lulu, or Kog'Maw, Twitch, Vayne, Kai'Sa, you have a lot of different options of AD carries you can buff up really well too. And if anyone gets fed on your team, you're going to be a great option for them, especially with like Ardent Censer. You can even go, yeah, again, the Redemption, stuff like that is going to be just awesome. You're going to be really strong. And yeah, you're not going to be a huge carry. You're not going to be a huge damage threat. None of these players in Challenger, the professional players, are putting out a ton of damage on her or anything. But you're super safe in lane. You can farm with Q. You can farm with long range autos. And then you can scale really well into the late game. And yeah, it's a pretty good pick. Again, 54% win rate in solo queue. If you take Unsealed Spellbook, you have a 60% win rate. People are playing it in Academy League right now. I'm sure it's going to be coming to the LCS and LEC this weekend. People are playing it in Korean solo queue a ton too. It has really, really high win rates. This is just a very, very solid pick right now that I haven't really heard much about or seen much of. Play rates are still low. Play rates should be higher for the win rate and everything. Yeah, so you guys should definitely try it out if you want to gain some LP, because again, it's a pretty easy pick to pull off, especially if you're duo with someone, if you're duo with a jungler, if you're duo with an AD carry, or maybe even a support. You can make this pick really, really strong. You can win a ton of games, and that's what we're all about. We're all about getting that LP. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about Lulu Mid? And if you try it out, let me know how that goes. Subscribe, sub down on the latest content. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.